What if I told you that the most beautiful thing in the world became the fuel to one of the most deadliest wars in history? This is what happened to Sri Lanka. A West African nation sitting on about 4 billion worth of diamonds became the center of an 11-year nightmare, where diamonds that normally bring prosperity did nothing but bring hell. The year is 1991. Sri Lanka was a paradise. Tropical beaches, lush mountains, and some of the highest quality of diamonds the world had ever seen. Sitting on billions worth of dollars of natural resources, but soon that paradise would come to an end. What would happen next would be unforeseen. Not only shock the world, but change modern day warfare. We have to start with the Revolutionary United Front, the RUF, led by Foday Sankoh, a former wedding photographer turned warlord. These guys wasn't only looking for political change, they were looking to have control of the diamond field, and they did anything to make sure that happened. Mass killing in over 100 villages, having child soldiers as young as 7, not only drugged or forced to kill their families, but they had one brutal tactic, a tactic that was so unforeseen, a tactic that has psychological trauma on a generation to come. It was called, do you want a long sleeve or a short sleeve? Meaning, do you want us to cut your arm from the wrist or the elbow? Over 20,000 people's limbs got amputated. This wasn't just a random act of violence. This was a psychological warfare designed to traumatize and force the entire population into submission. They would force children as young as 7 to watch their own family members' hands and limbs get amputated and force those same kids to become child soldiers. But here what makes this story insane. The world was complicit. Those same diamonds those kids and families were dying for would end up in stores in New York, Paris and London. The Breeze, the largest diamond company, would be buying diamonds from Sri Lanka at the height of the war, at the height of the violence. Blood Diamonds wasn't just funding the violence. International diamond traders were literally profiting from human suffering, and they would still claim that they had no idea where these diamonds were coming from. By the time they all started paying attention to what was happening in Sri Lanka, 70,000 people were already dead, 2.5 million people displaced, almost half of the entire population, 10,000 child soldiers turned into killing machines, whole villages wiped off the map, a whole generation traumatized for a bunch of rocks buried in the ground. But this story isn't just about greed and violence, but this is about how a nation refused to be broken.